Hi everyone, Attorney Brandon White back with you today. Today's topic, disorderly conduct in Arizona. Before we get started, if you're watching this from out of state, outside of Arizona, be sure to check with your local courts and maybe a local defense attorney in your state. If you are facing a charge of disorderly conduct in your state, every state is different, so be sure to check your local jurisdiction for that. So first we're going to define it. We're going to talk about the different ways it can be charged, and we're going to talk about possible defenses. In another video, we're going to talk about the different stages of disorderly conduct case, so be sure to check that out, and we'll link it below. So let's get started. First way a disorderly conduct charge can come to someone is by way of a misdemeanor charge. There's three different classes of misdemeanor, class 1 through 3. This is a class 1 misdemeanor, disorderly conduct. Do you know what else is a class 1 misdemeanor? That would be DUI. So this is, even as a misdemeanor, is a very serious charge here in Arizona with real world consequences. So how does Arizona even define disorderly conduct? It can be found under 1329.04. It's Arizona Revised Statutes 1329.04. And the state legislature lists this as anytime someone with an intent to disturb the peace fights, makes violent outbursts, seriously disruptive behavior with an intent to disturb the peace, making unreasonable noise, using abusive or foul or extreme language or gestures towards someone can be disorderly conduct. Pretty broad, right? Making any extended commotion with an intent to disrupt at a lawful gathering. So that's a city council meeting, a community event, anything like that. And it's an extended commotion, that could be disorderly conduct. If it is a scene of an emergency, like a house fire or something like that, and you have first responders on scene and they ask the person to disperse and stop the disturbance and they remain, that can be disorderly conduct. So as you can see, it's very broad. Numerous different types of fact patterns can fit this, and we see this quite a bit. Now, what are some maximum consequences if it's charged as a misdemeanor? Still very serious. You're looking at up to 6 months in jail. Does not mean you will get that. It just means that could be the max that someone facing this could see. 1 year probation, fines up to $2,500 or more with court surcharge fees, plus the criminal conviction. So we're talking that misdemeanor conviction following you through life. So I mentioned before, it can also be a felony. Disorderly conduct can be charged as a felony, class 6 felony, if it involves the reckless discharge of a firearm. So you add a gun to this mix, a discharge of a firearm, and a reckless disregard for others. This can be charged as a dangerous offense. It's a class 6 felony. Much more serious consequences. And in fact, there could be mandatory prison, not jail, prison time between 1.5 to 3 years if you're facing that class 6 felony of disorderly conduct. Not to mention the fines, the criminal conviction, the community service, and once again, that felony conviction follows you through life. So a lot of times when you're applying for jobs and you've pled guilty to that felony, you're going to have to mark that you are a convicted felon for life. So definitely very, very serious. If you are facing something like this, we always suggest that you retain counsel. Whether that's our firm, we handle a lot of these all over Arizona, or on your own, but be sure that you are represented. And we'll go over what to expect in that process in a different video. But it's suffice to say, it's very important that your rights are represented. So there are defenses to a charge of disorderly conduct, especially when it involves another person, that person not wanting or interested to even participate in the prosecution. That is definitely a defense, something that would go to your probably have a decent outcome, potentially. Self-defense. There's two sides to every story, and sometimes when the police are called and they arrive on scene, they're only getting a quick snapshot of what happened and not necessarily what preceded that. And so if a person is in a process of defending themselves against another person, and then the police arrive when they see that person acting out, that could be an actual defense to this. And so there's numerous ways to navigate these kind of cases. Don't feel that you have only one option, and that's to plead guilty. Because of the real-world consequences here, it's important that your rights are defended. So give us a call. Our office gives free strategy sessions for these, and would love to answer your questions if you or someone you care about are facing a charge of disorderly conduct in Arizona. Once again, we're going to be putting out some other videos too about the process, the court process that a disorderly conduct case follows, and some tips and tricks. So give us a call if you need us, 866-336-2078. For now, Attorney Brandon White. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe out there.